Okay, now our roof is going to be sloping this way, right? And if we remember our reference drawing, it's going to be sloping like that. So from that, we know that our structure is going to be something similar to this, um, or this setup. This is for me. So essentially, if we look at our north view here, we know that this side is going to be, one of these sides are going to be taller than the other. So we need to actually have another level here. So I'm going to call this level base of wall plate. And we're going to have another level here. And let's call this level base of upper wall plate. All right, this is our top view. We're not going to use that, so we're going to have that there. And just to be consistent, all our empty views, we want to have it there, and like that, and have it there, so we don't get confused with the different views. So this side here actually needs to be this high, like that. And remember, we have two solids that's here, so we have to look at the 3D view, and we're going to make this one also taller, and we can use our align tool as a shortcut and choose that and say align to that, and we have that taller. So we would probably, I'm going to leave this for now, but we would definitely need to have a member, a wall plate running on the top of this member here. So we are actually going to create a wall plate there. I'm going to model in place, and it's a good time to save this project again. And we're going to choose structural framing. We're going to call this upper wall plate, and we are going to set our levels to the base of upper wall plate. There we go. And do an extrusion, so we'll have there we go. And this is going to be 50. All right, great. So now we want to have rafters that goes here, and we definitely going to probably need a support in the middle, and a purlin, because this span is going to be pretty wide for timber. All right, and we definitely will have to double them up. All right, so if we look at our front view, so we should be looking to do some joists like this. Now to do our joists, what we can actually do this from the front view, and we can do that by choose OK, and we're going to create another model in place, and it's also going to be a structural framing, and we're going to call the roof joist. And so we're going to have these members like that. So first thing we need to do is to set our work plane to front. So now our work plane is in front, so now we can actually draw an extrusion. We're going to draw, first to do this, what we're going to do is draw a reference line first. So let's use, so we're gonna let's use this line as a reference for now. And let's actually use between, we're going to do that again and use here and here. And what we're actually going to do is extend this down a little and extend this up a little. And then we're going to cut around this, right? So this is actually going to cut out of this. And we're going to use a break tool to break that point there and use our trim tool. Trim this there and trim that there. Oops. Trim that to there. So now this kind of does that, right? And we're doing the same thing here. Actually, this needs to be angled a little bit more. So actually, let's fix that up. Let's do that again. That would need to go from here to here. There we go. And this would be extended downwards like that. And this would be extended like that. So now if we trim this properly, so we do like that and trim there and trim that there, and coming down this way now. Do that and trim. Let's break this first. Let's break that line and trim to there, to there, and trim to there. There we go. And then the height of this would be 200, so we would offset this, and this is the offset tool. So we're gonna offset it 200 millimeters, which would be like that. And I'm gonna draw this like that and trim that to match there. Now we're gonna do the same for here. And trim this to match there. So we can even extend this down a bit for our overhang. And choose. Okay. Now in this design, we also need to have two members running here. And your structural design might vary, right? So what I'm gonna do is go back to my wall plate here and copy. And first I'm gonna change my work plane. So let's change our work plane. Let's set our work plane to the surface here. And then what we want to do that, rotate that 90 degrees. And let's switch to wireframe so we can see this. I'm gonna put that here. Copy this again. Now we're going to copy that there. Now we're going to copy this. And unconstrain that. And up here. There we go. Choose. Okay, and let's edit this now. So we're going to want to edit this again. And we want to edit this path to now include that. So we're going to trim this up like that. And we're going to do the same here. this here. I'm going to delete that. Choose OK. Alright, so if we look at that in 3D now. Oh, this is 3D. So we get. And we're going to make the thickness of this 50. So that's kind of what we get now. Let's shade it more. And so we're going to extrude this a little more. So let's work with 2 feet overhand. So we can do it from a top view. Let's go from the top view here. And we can actually go out by 2 feet. So we can use a reference plane right there. And we can make this reference plane be 2 feet, which is and we're also going to back as well. So we want to make this 600. And while we're doing that, let's also make, so these are all reference planes that we're doing here now. And let's make that 600. Alright, so that's basically our overhand. So we know that we want to align the edge of this to there, edge of this to, let's choose that one, align the edge to there. We also need to grab that bottom one as well. Actually, no, we just need the top. Let's look at that in 3D. So there we go. It's not looking bad. Alright. And what we want to do is start this at the face here. So let's go into this and let's actually change the work plane to here. Right. And let's actually change the work plane to here. And extrusion to -50. There you go. There you go. And now what we want to do is to array this. And how we want to array it, let us set our work plane now to be the top view. So that's our work plane. And we want to use the array tool and hopefully and choose the last one. So we want to choose the edge of somewhere and choose the last one somewhere and say we want maybe 10 copies. Oops, seems to have made an error there, so you see that. So we want to change that. Let's use our top view. It's probably a better view to use. Okay, that's our piece there. So let's go to array and let's choose that menu there. Let's set our top view. There we go. And what we need to do is finish modeling first, and then we use the array tool to go from there to the last one here. And let's try 10 copies. Let's do that again. So what we're going to do to copy this is we're going to choose OK to come out of edit in place mode. We're going to go to a top view and we're going to create a group. We're going to turn this into a group. So if we edit one, I will edit. So we're going to call this rafter. And we're going to copy this. And let's try 900. Let's try 900. So here we go. I have multiple selected, so it's going to always copy at 900. And let's just make the last one up to this end here. So I'm going to use my align tool and align the edge here to that edge. Great. All right, so now we have our rafters. Now, for our purposes, we are going to need a purlin in the center to help with structure, because these spans are quite great. So we'll go here where our studs are, and we are going to copy this to the center. So let's go to our top view and let us create let us create a reference plane and let that reference plane be the center. So now we can, let's go to our 3D view. So we can grab these, and that's where it was. Let's go to our brown view actually and copy that. So we're going to copy that here. And we're going to also copy it here as well. So if we look in our 3D view, we should have something like that. And what we're going to do is we need to have these reinforcements here and here as well. So we're going to choose OK. We're going to copy these guys here. So let's go to top view and let's copy. We're going to select here. We're going to copy one in the middle and copy one on this side. So we should end up with something like that. And what is actually happening here is that this will actually land inside that, and this will land inside. Like that. And we're going to land this on the inside here and on the inside bigger. So we have some purlins, so we can have some support for our structure. And let's go from a front view, and let's go to wireframe, and let us change our work name to the front, so we can move these guys here now, from here to here. So now we want to actually cut these out, but it's a good thing we made it a group, so we can actually go into this and modify the path of the extrusion for this. That, that, that. And it will, of course, change all of them to have that made there. So of course we now need to modify these studs, and these studs need to be down to here, and this one also needs to be down to here, which is okay. And we're going to use a line, so that align these studs to there, and align these studs to there, and these studs to there, these studs to there. All right, and that will give us that support in the center. Structurally, though, well, I think this can work. Sometimes there need to be supports at the corners, so you guys can choose if you want to put that on. Maybe this is a little too small in terms of to maintain the thickness, so maybe this should have had to go up a little bit more. But pretty much at this point now, we can put in our secondary studs in the center and then mark out our doorway. So let's first now determine our openings. And to do our openings, we are going to use our front view, and we're also going to use more levels. So I'm going to copy this one up, and we're going to call this top of door. Top of door. And we're going to have a couple more. We're going to have bottom of window. And we're going to have another one. We're going to call this top of the window. So from the finished floor to the bottom of the window, you want to make about 300. That's fine. No, actually, if we look at the design, this was a bit taller. So this is probably going to be, this is 3 feet, so maybe 4 feet. So we're going to have this be 4 feet, which is 1,200. Then from there to the top of the window, so we're going to draw another dimension line from bottom of window to top of window. We probably want a 3-foot window, so that would be 100. Maybe this is going to be a bit too tall, so let's make this 900. And let's make this. So this would be our windows here. Let's make a window a little bit more sleek. So let's make it 600. There we go. Now our door will be the same height of our window actually. Alright, so we could actually go away with this and call this top of window and door. Alright, and we're going to use some reference planes now to determine where our door will be. So let's place our door here. We're going to want a 6 foot, 6 feet. Let's see. Let's make that plus 200. Yeah, probably about that wide. And then our window will start here and it will continue all the way to there. So that will be our window there. This will be our door, which will be a double kind of door. So let's actually put in the middle part of our door. The 600 mark. There. Alright, so door, window. So the next thing we're going to do is frame out our door. And to do that, we're going to create a new edit in place mask. So we're going to go to component, go to add in place, and it's time to save again. And this time we're going to also go with structural framing. Alright, and we're going to call this openings. We're going to call this middle studs. And openings. And we are going to create that, and that's going to be 100 by 50. Oops. 50 millimeters by 100. Okay, that's right. So we're going to have that there. And we're going to use our north view. It's there. And let us move that into place. So we're going to have it up to that level there. Actually, it's up to this level here. So use move tool, that there, then we'll use copy tool and copy that here. Right? We're going to copy that and we are going to rotate that 90 degrees. I have that up here. Let's make sure that this actually touches. So that. Next, we're going to do the same for our windows. So we are going to copy this down here. Actually, our window has to start. We're going to run our window from one end of this to the other end because the stud is going to be, the main stud is going to be in the way. And we're going to copy from here to here. There we go. So this will be our window and this will be our door. So now what we need to do is the rest of our framing. So what would happen in reality is that these studs will go all the way up to this stud and this will go here. This stud will go all the way up and this will go there. And then you would have these at a particular distance. So we're going to go over like that. I'm going to choose OK on that, we need to cut this stud here because the doorway is here. So this would actually, let's use 3D view. So we see what we're doing. So we can see that this is actually on this side. So it actually should be the other way around. So let us fix that now. Copy that. And we're going to align that there. And for the meantime, align that there. We choose OK. And then we're going to go into this mode here. And we're going to move all of this. Well, let's use our south view. Right. Let's make this a little smaller. Let's change the scale and a little bit smaller. There we go. And now let's move this into the correct location. So we're going to move this over to there. And this is supposed to actually be on that side. Let's take a shaded view. And I'm going to adjust these. And let's use the alignment this time. There. And there. And now what we want to do is to copy this further. But this should be sitting on top of the stud in this case. So at this point, choose OK, and we want these studs here to come in like that. There we go. All right, so we may need a couple of members also going across the front. So let's go back to the south view. So we're going to copy a few of these members. I'm going to try and space them evenly. So to do that, we use our dimension tool and we can choose these like that and say make these equal. Actually, let's do that again. Choose these like that. And then let's make these equal. There we go. And then of course we need to align. This time we're going to align multiple. So we do AL, align, and align multiple. So you need to align these guys here to there. And then we need to copy these guys here now. We can just copy them in the same location and just change the height and multiple. And actually just change these heights here. And that one. All right. So if we look at that in 3D, we realize that we have aligned these guys here. And what I'm going to do is put one of these windows back here on each side. So I'm going to choose okay to that. And then from maybe a floor plan view, I'm going to copy this from here all the way back to here. From my 3D view, I've copied it and I want to now delete those. And from this back view here, what I want to do is copy these over right there. So now we have that kind of thing. All right, so for the sides now, well, we could copy one of these there and rotate and place it here. And we could copy a few of these guys. I'm just randomly copying it now. And take a left view, which works out to be, I believe it's east. No, let's see which one it is. Maybe it's west. Yeah. And what we want to do from this view is use that same dimensional mode to make it equal. Yep. We can do this. And we can pretty much leave that as it is there. So if we look at that in 3D, we now have that. And we are then going to copy it from here to here, like that. So we now have the framing of our wall.